Okay, so my blunderbuss build. This weapon is actually wild. I'm mega excited to get this into big PvP, mega excited to get this into wars. But I've spent quite a bit of time messing around with it now. And this is my build. So before we get into it, a massive thank you to Razor for gifting me this Razor Ishka. No offense to my old chair, you were great, but this is actually great. I went for the bigger one so it can fit my big ass, but it's comfy. It's got the back support, which is what I like because I do typically sit a bit further forward, so it works. I'll give you an update in like a couple of weeks, or come check it out on stream and ask me how it is, because I'll give you my honest opinion. Anyway, so this is my blunderbuss build. There are some pretty cool skills within this. Some say it's overpowered. There's a couple of ways. So the first set of skills I would be using would be the entire containment tree. Everything about these three skills: shout, pain in the ass, big damage, chasing down, you know, catching them pesky rollers with their light gear. I'm looking at you. So what we have is the net, we have the claw shot, and then we have the Azov shrapnel blast, our shotgun essentially. So what these do, your net, it kind of says it says what it does on the tin. It shoots a net at someone, and if you catch them, it slows them down by 40% for 2.5 seconds. The claw shot, if you hit them with the net, it will make the claw shot a lot easier. What it will do is it will grapple them and it will pull you straight towards them, essentially teleporting you to them. It's got a 14-meter range, and it can't take you higher than 3 meters. So we did try to get into the fort with this, but it doesn't work. Anyway, it will pull you straight towards them. It doesn't do much damage. It deals 40% weapon damage, but that's not really what it's about. It will root them for 1 second. That 1 second is enough for you to get off your Azov shrapnel blast, which is the big damage dealer on this. If you can hit them with this, there's a good chance that you may one-shot them, depending on what they're running. Of course, we're looking at chasing light armors mainly. You can go for mediums as well, but I wouldn't really use this on heavy players. And if they don't die, just hit them again with another left click. Boom, happy days. So we'll go over the passives in a second, but what we're looking to do is we'll just upgrade these all the way. So what you get on the net shot is, if a net shot hits the target, reduce the cooldown by 20%. The net now inflicts a 50% slow. The net shot initial hit is reduced to 5% weapon damage. However, it now deals 35% additional weapon damage as poison for 3 seconds. So this you may or may not want to take. This is kind of good, because by the time the 3 seconds have hit, you would have hit them with everything here. So I would probably upgrade it all the way. Claw shot, restore 8 stamina, lower the cooldown. And of course, mobile overload. If we hit this and we do actually put ourselves towards them, we're going to get an extra bullet to slap them if our Azov doesn't finish them off. So the Azov shrapnel blast, we're going to level that up as well. Increase the range from 12 to 16. This may not be needed for this kind of combo. However, it's just good to have it for other instances. Fire 4 additional pellets. Boom, big damage. Each additional hit from this ability or from the blunderbuss will lower the cooldown of the ability by 1.5%. And this is the good one. So the Azov bomb, essentially when you fire your Azov shrapnel blast, it's gonna drop a bomb straight down the center as well, dealing 100% damage in a 3 meter area, which then allows us to get this unload. The next shot fired within 6 seconds after triggering an ability will have 9 pellets instead of 6. So if you can pull off this combo, net them, maybe shoot them, and then hit them with the claw shot, it'll pull you straight towards them. You hit them with a shrapnel blast, and then if you don't kill them, you hit them with a standard left click shot. You're gonna have 9 pellets instead of 6, which is just even more damage. It's crazy. Okay, so the passives, we can take all the passives from the containment tree. So what we're looking at is future endeavors, run and gun, which gives you a speed boost. We like that. Ramp gives you a damage boost of 4% for 6 seconds, but it can stack up to 4 times. Deep load, the last shot load into blunderbuss will do 15% increased damage, and successful hits within 3 meters grant fortify. So yeah, essentially I would take everything on the left tree. If you want it to be a little bit, you know, if some of these passives didn't work for you, there is a great way where you have to use these two really, which you don't particularly need. But this buckshot, deal 10% increased damage to any target as long as you have not damaged them in the last 8 seconds. Potentially your net shot, or if you can get a nice left click off first, if you're close to you, you're going to get that extra 10% damage straight off the bat as well, which is quite nice. depending if you don't want 3 of the passives on the left tree. But for this scenario, we'll take all the passives on the containment tree. And this is essentially not a lazy build, but the idea behind the build is it's a chasing build. It's something to catch those people in the light gear and that are just a bit of a pain in the ass. You are a chaser at this particular point. So the second, probably the better build, which I'm going to be using to start off with. So I'm going to be using Shrapnel Blast, Mortar Charge, and Blast Shot. Now these 3 skills are just insane. Let's get them let's get them leveled up here, and we will talk about what they actually do. Again, so passives wise, I'll let you know in a second what we're going for, but these are our 3 active skills. Again, the Azov Blast, as we just spoke about, it's absolutely wild. It's essentially a badass shotgun. Brilliant. The Mortar Charge. The Mortar Charge is essentially what it is on the tin. It's 3 mortar shots, big ass bullets that you can fire from afar. What's the distance on this? It doesn't say, but it's pretty far. You can pretty much shoot it from the fort to a point, you know, point A, B, and C in a war, for example. It's pretty awesome. This does 126 weapon damage in a 3-meter area. And if the target is 10 meters away, they will take 35% increased damage. It's brilliant. I upgraded that all the way. Then we have the Blast Shot. The Blast Shot essentially creates a wave in front of you and knocks people down. If you upgrade this, it gives people a... Is there a speed boost on this? Yeah, your allies gain a 25% movement speed bonus, and enemies also get rendered for 20%. They get rendered by 20% for 6 seconds. So pretty awesome. I'll show you what these are quickly now. So we've got the Mortar Charge. This is our big mortar we were talking about. Nice distance. Pretty cool. We got our Blast, which this will knock your enemies down, provide rend to or give rend on your enemies, and provide you and your allies with a speed boost. And then our Shrapnel Blast, just a shitload of bullets. Fantastic, proper shotgun. So it's quite a difficult choice when it comes to the passives on this one. I personally really prefer Unload versus Double Down. Double Down is also fantastic. Once every 30 seconds, your next ability will have a reduced cooldown by 50%. So each one of these skills are all awesome. It would be nice to have one of them pretty much off cooldown half the time. That's awesome. But passive wise, what I'm going to go for in this particular build is, so I'm going to go for the 2 reloading boosts. So reloading gives a speed boost of 40%, which decays over 1 second. So it's just a quick one, but we all love the, you know, the speed in New World. So we're going to take the speed boost, and we're going to take Ramp. Reloading gives you a damage boost of 4% for 6 seconds, which can stack up to 4 times. So again, a small percent, but as we stack that up, it's going to get more and more increased. I'm going to take Buckshot, deal 10% increased damage to any target as long as you have not damaged them in the last 8 seconds. So we're going to take Buckshot and potentially drop an opener with our Azov Shrapnel Blast, or just a solid big left click. Now, we have a choice whether we take some more passives on the Chaos Tree, or we go everything on the Containment Tree. If we take everything on the Containment Tree, what that should allow us is to get Unload, which is what I really want. Okay, so with the passives on this particular build, it's kind of a difficult one. So we've got our 2 Run and Gun, our Ramp. Now we have a choice of whether we take some passives from the Chaos Tree, or we go all the passives from the Containment Tree and pick up Unload, which is probably what I'm going to go for, because I love Unload. I think it's brilliant. Having 9 pellets instead of 6, and this can stack, is incredible. The damage that it does is pretty wild if you get a close hit. So that's what I'm going to be taking. So attribute wise, I don't have all my gear on at the moment, but what we're looking to do is take Strength and Con. So we're going to evolve this build over time, but to get us started and to get us rolling, what we're looking to take is 300 Strength and 150 Con, and then 50 Intelligence. If you can get that, that is probably the perfect setup to get yourself started. The issue with New World, as we all know, is rolling the right gear and getting the right gear. So anything within that kind of setup is going to be a good start. So what I'm going to be running on my particular build is 300 Strength, 200 Con. Again, I'm not looking for kind of maximum output damage. It would be nice, but I want that Constitution because I get myself in bad situations. And if you watch me on stream, you'll figure that out. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be starting with. What I'll probably look to do is reduce the Con and increase the Intelligence. Obviously, you can see the blunderbuss scales from strength as a primary, intelligence as a secondary. So if we want to maximize the damage on the blunderbuss, we want to be pushing as much strength and as much intelligence as we can, and basically having as little con as possible. Everyone normally goes for a minimum of 50 con because that gives us the 20% stronger health consumables, which in bad situations helps out a lot. So yeah, that's it. That is my blunderbuss build. I'm going to be playing this more and more and more. As I evolve my build, I'll post a new one, but that is my blunderbuss build.